Hey guys, hope you're all doing really well. It's been a busy time, so I hope you're all having a bit of downtime before the big Christmas break. Hope you're all enjoying your Decembers so far. I've got a few days off now, so I just wanted to put together a little video of just a couple of customs I've been throwing together lately. So I'll move this out of the way so the camera focuses a little bit better. So basically, I was inspired by a couple of shots that were apparently leaked of the set of The Force Awakens. There was a couple of shots of which was apparently meant to be Luke Skywalker sort of in a cave, sort of almost in a meditative state, and he was covered in robes. You couldn't see him. He was basically sort of knelt down in this cave. So my imagination got ticking a little bit, and I wanted to see what I'd come up with to just imagine what Luke might look like. And you guys probably remember from the vintage collection, the lightsaber construction Luke that was in that wave with the deleted scenes figures. So I had a spare one of them, so I got this stuff called green stuff. Now it's mainly used for like Warhammer and other sort of sculpting stuff. It was made by, I think it's made by Citadel. I can't remember. I'm just going to get a bit more light on him. It's called green stuff, and basically it comes in two strips, one of blue and one of yellow. And when you bond these two sort of plasticines together, they harden up. There seems to be some kind of reaction between them when they're blended together, and they do harden up to become like a reasonably tough plastic. So I've sculpted this beard on that Luke Skywalker, given it a paint job. If I can hold it still so you can have a good look. Put a Jedi robe on him, and wrap the belt around him. This is my sort of cheap, easy, quick 5-minute interpretation. He still looks like young Luke under the beard, of course, but as for the hood, I've just sort of blue tacked that on there so it sits flat. If I want to have a figure wearing a hood and have it sit down properly, I just use a bit of blue tack. Seems to work reasonably well. So that was just that idea. So I'll put him aside. Then I was on a quest for quite a long time to make the definitive Clone Wars Plo Koon. Plo Koon being my favourite character from Star Wars and the Clone Wars. I started off with the basic Plo Koon that come out on a single card. He came with that double lightsaber gauntlet thing, except he had these unarticulated, skinny-looking legs, which I had for quite a long time. And then I decided to customize him. This guy's lost his arms since, but he had the plastic part of the tunic down there, which I sort of cut up to make which it just didn't look all that great. I put together some soft goods to sort of wrap around the waist, and then I gave him a spare pair of Mace Windu's legs. So he had that awesome articulation there, and I was quite happy with this figure for a while, but I still felt I could do better. Then I picked up there was a Plo Koon that came out with a speeder bike. So I picked that one up. I didn't pick up the speeder bike. I found it loose on eBay quite cheap, so I picked him up. The only issue I had with it was some of the colours were a little off. The sleeves of his Jedi outfit didn't fit the chest. It was sort of a maroony colour, not unlike the soft goods down there, which looks fine to me. I'm not going to complain about that. And so I gave him his proper lightsaber, and I swapped the arms from this one at the shoulders, and then just swap the hands again so the hands match the colour of his head. Excuse me. So that's basically how I got to that point. He's got the proper boots now. I just want to find some like a matching brown maroon to the colour to fill in those joints there, which make it look a lot better. But overall, I'm really happy with this. I'd like to try and redo the soft goods on this one to be a bit more matching of the brown, but I'm still quite happy with him. And I just feel like the colour of this one's head compared to this more orange almost looks unpainted to me. Just looks a lot better. He doesn't have the ball jointed hips, he's just got the swivels, but that's fine. I'm still really happy with this one now. So it's pretty much got the Clone Wars Plo Koon the way I want him. So in the last one, I'd like to thank Evie Angel 2220 for the inspiration on this one. Also had a bit of chit chat between Fallen Jedi on Instagram about this guy. So he's seen it, and anyone that follows him on Instagram have seen it. Basically, I was inspired to work on the custom Starkiller, so with the ball jointed hips. This has tested me. This one really did test me. So basically what I did, I'll start from the top. Basically for the head, he's got a bit of blue tack in there, which I've just popped in there. It just sits the head up a little bit. I found that when this armor piece is on, his head sort of sits into it a little bit much. In terms of that armor, I did glue it on. So basically I just put a drop of super glue on the back, held it down, pulled it down nice and tight until that dried. And then I did the same with the front, so it does sit nice and tight. It doesn't have that sort of popping up. And Eddie Angel, he also pointed out that when his arms do lift, it gives it quite a lot of flexibility without the armor actually, the whole chest piece actually moving up. So I'm quite happy with that. And then I succeeded in my first attempt of doing the boil and pop with the torso joint. So I was really happy with that. Basically just sliced off from the belt, so the joint that was in there was still in there, so the joint, and then under the belt there was still the so it was basically just a flat surface. Then I basically got Darth Maul, the Vintage Collection Darth Maul's lower torso part with the upper legs, and I sliced that off because that was quite a big joint, because it was more of a diaphragm that goes into the chest of Darth Maul's robes. So I sliced that flat, glued those two parts together, and then popped them back in, and basically took Starkiller's bottom half of the legs and popped them in there. The knee armor, I basically sliced off of the existing legs and sort of just glued them on. It came out looking reasonably well. I just gave the pants a coat of black to match around there, to match the Darth Maul legs. Gave him a bit of a black coat underneath the armor there. Sorry, the focus really isn't that good today. So he's got the ball joints now, which I'm really happy with. I'm still undecided whether to glue these pieces in place. I personally don't like the look of them on his wrists. I think they look a little bit too bulky. But yeah, the next thing I want to do is find a paint that matches that, or try and mix something up that matches that to paint his shirt. And I might try and sculpt some of the armor there on his gloves. But for now, I'm really happy with him. So once again, I'd like to thank Eddie Angel 2220 for the inspiration to go ahead and do this guy. It was a lot of fun, and it was really rewarding. I'm really happy to have a Starkiller with ball jointed hips now. He come out looking really well, and yeah, really happy with this guy. So I didn't really have to do too much tampering, but again, I had to try a few things I hadn't tried before. But that's the way we learn, isn't it? We got to try things before we can know how to do them. So definitely a bit of a confidence booster. And also at the moment I'm just sort of working on some swappable hand options, so I can give him some ball jointed hands. So I'm just sort of going through my box of action figure fodder bits and pieces, all the broken figures and stuff that I've used for customizing, and give him some swap out hands, and yeah, just make this guy a little bit more yeah, you guys know what I mean anyway. I can't think of the word. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, as always. I really do appreciate it. Let me know what you think down below. Any feedback's always welcomed. And yeah, I'll definitely have a video up before the end of the year. So until then, guys, may the force be with you. Thanks for watching again. Catch you later, guys. See ya.